It is Flashpoint Friday. My name's Austin. This is Flashpoint. Your turnaround story starts right here. It's October 22nd. This is episode number 33. My goodness, 33 episodes, and we are going strong. We are bringing valuable content to you, especially today. The first thing I want you to do is check in with you. The week is coming to a close. You're heading into the weekend. Some great things have happened this week. I hope some great things have happened. Maybe some not so great things, but this is our opportunity to tune in and to really identify what's going to create that big breakthrough in my life. Let me set the show up for you as we always do. And let me say, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I trust if you give this some time, you are going to get incredible value from today's episode. Let's set the show up. Say hello if you're here. Let me know where you're listening from, streaming from, all over the world. Woo! The first thing we do is we focus on the hourglass. And it's a reminder that what's done is done. We want to avoid living here. We want to avoid worrying about the future or getting ahead of ourselves. You know, we're rushing into the moment, we're rushing into the future, but we're not taking care of the only thing we really have is right now, right now. You see, it just continues. It's a continuous flow of creation. It's just happening. And I want you to dial into the show here today and get something from this. The next thing we focus on is the Thomas Edison electric light bulb as a shining, pun intended, example of what it means to persist. But more importantly, it's our way of interpreting failure in a better way. Thomas Edison said, "I did not fail 10,000 times. I simply created 10,000 ways the light bulb could not be created." And this is a perfect setup for today's episode because I'm going to be talking about Benjamin Franklin, but something very specific. It's a secret. It's buried in the history books. Something about Benjamin Franklin that most of you will not know, but you're going to be glad you found out today. But as you know, Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity. We know that story. So we're going to be diving into that a little bit. Hello, Daniela. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Sarah. And then last but not least, what is the last thing we highlight to set the show up? Okay. So before I get, because this is like the little thing we do to highlight the great shares throughout the show. But as I get into this, I want you to think about something that you know about Ben Franklin, and I would like you to type it in. All right, are you willing to play? We're going to get this interaction here. Type in if you know something about Benjamin Franklin, and if you have something, I'm inviting you to share it about Benjamin Franklin. Now, some of you, anyway, we'll just leave it at that. Share something that you know about Benjamin Franklin, all right? And the last thing we do is we highlight the cowbell. And the cowbell is really a highlight of great shares, great distinctions, great things that happen throughout the show. And that's what we're going to do today. So Mandy's already has one. Hello, Mandy. Welcome, our spokesperson. He was known for saying he would not be counseled, cannot be helped. That's interesting because that's kind of paradoxical to what I'm going to share today. But that's okay. We're okay with playing in the pool of paradox, right? We're okay with that. So let's dive into this topic today about Benjamin Franklin. I want you to share something that you know about Benjamin Franklin, because we go back through the history books. We can pretty much pick up things in history that are relevant today. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab something in history that's kind of buried in the history books, and I want to make it relevant for you today. So if you clicked on this, you may get something here today that could change your growth journey, that could add some light, and some distinction to your journey. And that's what I want. That's what I want. So let's see. Here's another share. He also promoted actions speak louder than words. Benjamin Franklin, I would call him a hyperachiever. He has, and I'll just go through some of the lists because I want to get you started here. He was anything but lazy. So let's grab a couple things. I'm just going to go off the top of my head, and then I have something I'm going to share. So what I know is he was the first postmaster general because he formed the first post office. And I did a video from the actual site of the first post office earlier this year. I was there. I was talking about Benjamin Franklin. That was phenomenal. And I was in the very room that Benjamin Franklin would have served as postmaster general. He formed the first library, the first hospital, the first fire department, discovered electricity, created the instrument, the glass harmonica. I'm literally going off the top of my head right now. He was critical in penning the Declaration of Independence, penned the Declaration of Independence. And now I'm going to go over to my little cheat sheet here. The Franklin stove. I talked about the new musical instrument, the glass harmonica, bifocals. He helped pen the American Declaration of Independence. The list goes on. Let me grab your shares because I'm going back in history. I'm going back in time here to grab a lesson that is going to completely open up your world. And I'm going to get into what this, and most of you have not heard of what I'm going to share today about Benjamin Franklin. And if you have, I will ring the cowbell loudly for you today. Okay, Franklin stove, so many firsts. Poor Richard's Almanac, which I have a copy around here and I don't have it in my hand. Poor Richard's Almanac was another great thing that he created. And think about the genius of this. I love the fact that he wrote under a pen name. And if you know anything about Benjamin Franklin, and this is a really cool story, when Benjamin Franklin worked for his brother, he was so into printing and creating written word, he created a fictitious character, and I'm going off the top of my head. I think it was Silence Dogood. Silence Dogood, and I'm going to check that out. And how many of you know what I'm talking about when I say Silence Dogood? Some of you historians out there. You know who Silence Dogood is? So this is really funny. It's really funny. He actually got in trouble with his brother by doing this. And does anybody have it? Let's see. He would never say curiosity killed the cat. He would say curiosity solves problems. Very good, Michelle. I love that. What a great distinction. So you're going to love this. Benjamin Franklin created a fictitious character when he was like 16. I want to say, yeah, somewhere around like 16. And the character was Silence Dogood. And Silence Dogood was a widow who lost her husband and wrote all this content, if you will, just like we create content online today, but it was written word, and got it published. I believe it was in his brother's publication. And the funny story is Silence Dogood, had all these suitors that wanted to marry her, but they found out it was a 16-year-old boy named Benjamin Franklin. And I think that was the point where his brother said, "That's it, you're out." And Benjamin Franklin went out on his own. Literally, I want to say he was like 16, 17, went to Philadelphia. Can you imagine being 16 or 17 and you're on your own? You have no source of money, no food, no nothing. And now you're in a strange city. There's a lesson right there about being bold, making bold decisions in our lives. Bold decisions lead to beautiful places, but they're scary. So, but you can imagine this Benjamin Franklin going out on his own at 16 or 17. And think about it. It's not like today. He was in the Boston, I believe that was Boston, where he worked with his brother. Imagine today we go to Boston to Philadelphia. We can fly in no time. We can drive in about 6 hours. But we're talking in colonial times to go from Boston to Philadelphia. Guess what? That was no easy trek. So you had to get from Boston to Philadelphia. You're on your own, and now you're going by horse and buggy? Think about this. So he comes here on his own and literally starts a new life. And there, I'm going to lead you into one of the great distinctions of Ben Franklin's career that's not talked about, that you can use in your respective journey. And I talked about Ben Franklin many times on this show because it's something that I learned from. And I want you to grab the message here too. And I want to hear your shares. He also valued time. Do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made up of. Great one. From the movie National Treasure. Yeah, there you go. Nicolas Cage. Okay. Let me jump into the actual real reason that this is the secret weapon of Benjamin Franklin. What is the secret weapon of Benjamin Franklin? It's one word. Are you ready? The one word is called junto. Junto or junto, I guess, depending on how you pronounce it. Junto. You may say, what is junto? What is junto? All right, Austin, now you got me intrigued. What is junto? All right, so here's what junto is. And this is coming from Ben Franklin's history.org. And I've studied this years ago, and I'm bringing it to you today because it's one of the most critical things. I'm going to build this up a little bit. It is Spanish. This is, in my opinion, the most important thing that you can learn from today. I trust I have your attention. And just like other things in life, sometimes the most important things do not get the press that they fully deserve. So we just went through a plethora of items and things and notable things that Benjamin Franklin is known for. But have you ever heard of junto? Some of you are like looking it up right now. Okay, so here's what junto is. In the fall of 1772, Benjamin Franklin and a group of friends founded the Junto Club, also known as the Leather Apron Club. 12 members. Sound familiar? 12 members were tradesmen and artisans who met Friday evenings to discuss morals, politics, or natural philosophy. The club lasted for 38 years. Franklin proposed that the group be formed of ingenious men, a physician, a mathematician, a geographer, a natural philosopher, a botanist, a chemist, and a mechanician, or, and I'm not even probably saying that right, or an engineer. So I want you to hear this because this is really important what I'm sharing. The members of Junto were a club of avid readers and intellectuals involved in their individual improvement and that of society. Here's where it gets interesting. Out of the meetings, the Junto was a launching pad for many public projects. Out of the meetings came proposals for the creation of the first lending library, the Union Fire Company, the University of Pennsylvania also, who got credit for that? Volunteer militia, and the Pennsylvania Hospital, among other public projects. I got chills and I'm ringing the cowbell because you don't hear about this. But it is my belief, without Junto, Benjamin Franklin does not achieve all the things that he achieved. In my opinion, it was Benjamin Franklin's secret weapon to massive achievement. Benjamin Franklin was not afraid of, in my opinion, of feedback, because that process, because these men would debate. This wasn't like all sunshine and rainbows, by the way. Okay. This was bringing something to the table and vetting it so that it can get crystallized, chisel away what doesn't belong, and end up with what does belong. And this, my friends, is the hidden secret to your success. And that's cowbell worthy if you're paying attention, because the thing about this is that this club existed for 38 years. And I'm just going to read this again. Out of these meetings, there was the launching pad for the lending library, the fire company, University of Pennsylvania, and the hospital. Who got credit for that? Who got credit for those things? Well, he just shared. Benjamin Franklin got credit for all of those things, but without this group, those things would have never gotten off the launch pad. We need other people in our lives. And here's the other thing, the secret beneath the secret is accountability. And let me talk about how dedicated these guys were. They met every Friday. Now, granted, maybe they were in the pub, but they met every Friday. Friday evening, they're going through personal growth, their ideas, they're creating proposals to make themselves better, to make society better. Are you getting the message? And therein lies what we're passionate about here at Flashpoint. And I wish I could bring Mandy on. I don't know if I can bring you on, Mandy. I know we didn't prepare for this. We had our ACT meeting last night. We are creating a community of accountability, community, coaching that leads to your transformation. And here's the great news. It's complimentary right now. It's complimentary right now. You can get involved with our private group, our little version of Junto. How awesome is that? Mandy, we'll have you on again talking about this because I know you'll have some great things to share. So this is huge news. This is one of the things that I looked back in history. I said, we need this. And this is what we're doing with our ACT program. So it's very exciting to be doing this and to be offering this, following in the footsteps of great men, and I dare women, because if you look back through the suffrage movement, I think I'm saying that right, with women like Susan B. Anthony, women also would get in commune. Here's the trap. I believe it's the trap of the ego. We can do it ourselves. We can figure it out ourselves. I'll just do it myself. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to listen to such and such. I'll do it myself. The suffragettes. Thanks, Mandy. I'll do it myself. I'll just figure it out on my own. I'll just pull it up. I'll pull myself up by the bootstraps. But here I'm sharing with you Ben Franklin. He got credit for all those things, but all these other men that he sat in commune with, and let me just share with you again who they were, because it's important to know the diversity, right? The diversity of the group is where it has its power. Started with a physician, a mathematician, a geographer, a natural philosopher, a botanist, a chemist, and an engineer. Think of the mind power of what we can create when we get in commune and we work together. It's unlimited. Unlimited, my friend. Your ability to tap into that limitless part of you is going to be unlocked in commune with others. And I want you to take advantage of this program. But here's the good news. If it's complimentary right now. And if you are in our private community, I would like to have you join our every Thursday. So we had our meeting last night. So 2 weeks from not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, we're going to be getting back together again. And you have the ability to get involved with our community complimentary. I'm going to share the link here for you. The way we set this up, I'm just going to share how this works for you all. Because if you're following this community and you're getting value from this, like you're already getting value, why not step further? Why not take it a step further? And how you can do that, let's see if this goes through. Okay, I'm going to go into the Facebook group here. So how you can take advantage of this is it's real simple. We give you a gift called the 9 questions to identify, remove limiting beliefs as a PDF. You get that as a PDF when you opt in, whatever you want to call it. And then you're going to get an invitation to go into our private Facebook group where we put more information. I share specialized stuff in there. When I travel, I put some real cool videos up there that you can look at and get value from. Our spokesperson is in there. Mandy, Michelle is always sharing great stuff in there. We had a great share last night. The Pavarotti quote. Michelle, maybe you want to share that now if you have it up. I don't have it queued up. Maybe I can. Maybe I can get that queued up for everyone. So we have a lot of great things going on, and I just want you to be a part of it. If you're getting value here, just step in a little bit deeper. You know, the water's warm when you get in, and you're going to be challenged, but you're going to be challenged in a good way. Let me just grab some shares here. No texting while driving. Well, that's why we have voice to text, right? No, we can't. We need community and accountability to grow. Stop. Where's it like? Stop the insanity. Stop trying to do it on your own. Step into community. Step into community. Sarah, what are you sharing here? Our physical body requires a system and a team of organs working together to survive and function. We as people need others to help us function and accomplish. That's a great metaphor, Sarah. Just like your body has multiple systems in it and they're diverse. You don't have 3 or 4 livers, you have one, right? You have one heart. And just like the group, the diversity of that group, engineer, mathematician, we have a pretty diverse group. I'll tell you what, after last night's ACT meeting, one of the things that I thought to myself, I thought, wow, look at the diversity in our group. Look at the diversity of people, the diversity of topics, but it's community and accountability that's the driving force. So I don't care if you're a business person. I don't care if you're looking, you got a personal struggle. It's about accountability. And what I've realized is once you pull in different perspectives, like you have somebody with a business thing they're working on, somebody with a personal thing, there's a lens you're able to look at things that you don't do it as if you're just looking at it from one angle. And it creates diversity in the way we approach and look at things. And it's really beautiful. Harmony of mindsets are created in a common goal or theme. Absolutely. And let's be real. It's fun to, oh my goodness. We have a lot of fun. We have a blast. And we're just getting started. And Mandy's saying that body system, that hand cannot say to the eye, I have no need of you. Or the foot cannot say to the tongue, I have no need of you. All works in complete harmony for the whole. That's a beautiful share. So this is a great thing that you have the opportunity to get involved with. We are also forming an inner circle, people, where we're going to have lots of options for this community. If somebody just wants to listen in like you're doing now, we're going to have private meetings with our inner circle people that you're going to have the ability to listen in on these conversations, which to me is incredible value. That's going to be in our membership base. That's monthly membership. And then the inner circle people want to take it a step further. They want to be in that 12, you know, we're going to have 8 people that I'm bringing on, but we're going to have some support people in there. So we're probably going to end up with like 10 to 12 people that are going to be on these interactive calls. where we're going to vet things. We're going to have conversations. We're going to talk about accountability. We're going to share our ideas. We're going to mesh together to get our systems working in conjunction so that we all can grow individually. And as we grow individually, we improve the collective. And not to get too profound on you, but one of the things we lose track of, everything counts, whether we're aware of it or not. Every thought we think, where does it go? I did a video earlier that Einstein said, paraphrasing, everything in life is a vibration. And my thoughts, including your thought. So if that thought is a vibration, where does it go? If you're sitting in your room or you're in your bathroom and you're having a thought, where does it go? Well, it's here. It's in the collective. Everything matters. And we're okay. We're not perfect people. But as our awareness increases, so can our ability to think at a higher level. So can our ability to tune ourselves to a different vibration at a higher level and have goosebumps on a daily basis. Goosebumps, the biochemistry that fires up the body and says yes to life, yes to what I can create, because every moment is new, right? Just like this is flowing, every moment is brand new. And how does it not new? It's if we just keep repeating, repeat. How do we create a new? We step back and we observe. And then we somehow tune in, we vibrate, we tune in to the moment. And then we say, there's creation. Creation isn't what I already know. It's maybe using faculties of things that I know to pull in something that is new, and the ability to create something new, the ability to step in to a new group of people will radically transform your journey. And I had more things to share, but I'm running out of time. But let me see if I can share this one thing here that I think will serve. And this is okay. So I'm going to bring this to a close now, and I will share that next time. I am taking on individual clients right now. I'm excited about that. We have another program, but for you say, what's my next logical step? I like what I'm hearing here. I've been listening to this guy and I want to take it a step further. Or I love Mandy's shares. I love Michelle's shares. Where do I get closer to these people? Well, you get that in our private community, which is complimentary right now. So if you have the 9 questions, here's how it works. You get the 9 questions here. The 9 questions is 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs. And even if you think you got it, you probably don't, because I say, oh, I got that. I know that, but I didn't. And these 9 questions are my journey to overcome my limitations of not feeling like having moments, just not feeling good enough, impacting my relationships, sabotaging myself over and over again. So you get the 9 questions, and then you'll get the PDF. You'll get an invitation to join us in our private Facebook community. And in there, we're going to start also posting the every other Thursday. So I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I'm going to grab it real quick. So not the 29th, it'll be the 5th. November the 5th will be our next ACT group meeting where we're talking about accountability, community, coaching that leads to transformation. It's open right now. It's complimentary. We will formally be launching it in January, but you can take advantage of it now, complimentary, and we will have our own little private Junto where we're going to create an incredible mastermind around accountability, and we're going to help you move forward like never before. I want this to be the greatest investment of your time. This is Austin. This is Flashpoint. Your turnaround story starts here. That's going to lead you to your big breakthrough. And we'd be honored if we can be a part of your journey. God bless you. Have a fantastic Flashpoint Friday. Bye for now, everyone.